Hello class, this is Dr. Brown. I know when we met this week, many times the smartboard and the notebook software didn't work the best, and it could be, I'm sure, frustrating and confusing. I know that when I work from my laptop and use the notebook software that's downloaded there, and it is the purchased version too, but I have good news for you. I have a product code key from the IT department that is, I've been told, will permit you to download your software. It says here from Mr. Barnhill, here is a code that is available to all faculty, staff, and students in the College of Education. And so I'm assuming this is the purchased version of Notebook. Now probably it will only be working for 6 months perhaps. Usually even when you purchase it, it still has a limited time. So you can see it's very expensive, but they have made it available, and I will copy and paste this number into Blackboard. Now I just wanted to show you very simply how to use the Activity Builder and a simple game, how to develop it. From there you can make it as complex and as fancy or as simple as you would like. If you have the correct version downloaded to your computer, or if you work in a computer in the lab, and this could be either lab in Flanagan or the lab in Spate or the TRC, Teaching Resource Center in Joyner Library. Now I'm talking about the upstairs teacher center. Over on the left hand side of your monitor, if you can see, and I'm not sure I can make this larger. I think I'll try to see if it makes it a little larger. Nope, it only makes the slide larger. But over here to the left you'll see the puzzle piece, which takes you to the Activity Builder. And then the other thing that's really important is this little picture with a picture frame, and that has all the graphics and images and things that you need. This little icon right here represents, just like on PowerPoint, it will let you start a new slide. And of course this little icon here that looks like a paper clip will let you attach a file along with your notebook file if you send it somewhere. This right here, the A with the colored blocks, this is simply a fill tool that lets you change the color of a solid fill, like a shape, and to fill it with a color. You can use the little eyedropper if you know how to use that. You can touch a particular specialized color, then move your mouse to an object and use the fill function, and it will fill in that exact color. So not likely you'll use that, but I know you will use this. Now the Activity Builder is what is used for adding those accept and reject functions to these games. But you have to start out, you have to have an object. So I'm going to go back to this picture frame which has all the pictures. This is the gallery, and altogether there are over 5,000 pictures that have been downloaded to my machine. I'm under the impression that the lab machines also have this same database of pictures, but you'll have to check on that. So if I open up and I can see, the list is endless. Down here at the bottom of the screen, if you can see this, I think I'll just type in the word food. And it says 73 pictures. And so if I were going to do a food game, I could pick out several from here. And I'm going to look for some healthy and unhealthy food. So I know this is healthy. And I know that I'm going to kind of keep them in the same category. This is healthy. And beans are healthy. and bread is healthy, and carrots are healthy. So we have a carbohydrate, we have vegetable, we have fruit. Now these are a little bit large, so I am going to click on the object, which lets me modify it. And down at the bottom of the screen, you see the little arrow there, and the little select title pops up. That's just like a cursor. That has to be selected. If it's not, then I can't change my object. In other words, if I'm on the text tool, it won't let me change the objects. So I'll go back, select the text tool, click on my object, and I'm going to drag it in just a little. Same way with the beans. Drag them in. Carrots. Bread. And bananas. Now I need some unhealthy foods, so let's get some chips. I'm going to drag that over, and some cupcakes, and a donut. All right. Now, let me reduce this a bit. And this. Now, you do want to make these a little bit smaller because you can enlarge your screen in the classroom by using the zoom function. And see, the picture kind of gets distorted if you make it too small. But up at the top, where it says View on the top toolbar, see, I can zoom and I can reduce the size of my screen. And you can work with that to where it's at its best position. Now, I'm going to go grocery shopping, so I need either a basket or a bag, so I guess I'll need to go back to my content, and I'm going to, let's just see, I think I'll look this time and see if I can find bag. And, nope, not there. Ah, there's my bag. So I'm going to drag over the first bag and then drag over this bag. And I'm going to put unhealthy food in this bag. And now to do that, I'm going to have to either draw it on or type it on. And if we were in the lab and I had the whiteboard in front of me, I could click on these pens and pick a pen style and write on there. It's a little awkward with a mouse, so I'm going to go back and just use the text function. Click right there. Make it so it fits, and I'm going to say unhealthy. And so now this is also an object now, and I don't want this to move, so I'm going to click on this little triangle right here, and I'm going to go up here and I am going to lock it in place. Same way with the bag. I'm going to click on the bag object, click on the little triangle, and I'm going to lock it into place. And that, see, that donut's not locked, and sometimes it'll pick it up and move it. I'm not supposed to. Now over here, same thing. I'm going to choose my pen tool, and this one is going to be healthy. And that's a little bit, for some reason, the font size is too small, so let's make it a little larger. That's still not big enough. How about 18? There we go. All right, now, there again, we have, this is an object, and so we can move it around as if it were, there we go, see? But once it's in place, I'm going to lock it because I want it to stay there. I don't want it to move around. Now it's time to add, to actually program these objects. So I have my objects in place. I have two bags. These are set in place. They should not move But all these objects should move for a variety of purposes. So I click on that over here on the left-hand side of the screen. I hope you can see it okay. Click on the puzzle piece. Click on the activity builder. And it wants me to identify something. So I'm going to click on unhealthy. And I'm going to, see the little lock shows up? That means it's locked in place. I'm going to edit that bag. Now, I can edit it even though I can't move it. So what do I want to put in this unhealthy bag? Well, you don't put it in the bag at this point. You're programming. Instead, you're going to put it over here where this is the activity builder planning box or programming box. And you can see up here it has objects and settings. And my objects are going to be chips and dip. And I drag it over there, and over here, instead of disappearing, it adds a check mark. That means it is rightfully added to the unhealthy bag. And the same with the cupcakes. It shows up over here, and it adds a check mark. It is rightfully added to the unhealthy bag. And then donut, same thing. Check mark, rightfully added to unhealthy bag. Now, next step, under settings, when it goes into the unhealthy bag, I want it to, I think I'm going to have it fade out. We don't want to look at that anymore. That's unhealthy. So we'll have it fade out. But if we put a healthy food in there incorrectly, then we want it to bounce back. So you can see when rejected, objects, play, animation, bounce back. You see that over here on the left-hand side of your screen. When accepted, objects, play, animation, fade out. Now we're done with our unhealthy bag. Click Done. Next thing we have to do is we have to program this object, which is the healthy bag. So I'm going to identify the healthy bag. And that didn't work right, folks. I hope you saw that. The little blue hash marks were in place, and that didn't really work right. So I'm going to click on the screen with my mouse. I'm kind of back to, kind of like resetting my screen. And now I'm going to click on the healthy bag and edit. Now you can see the little kind of hashtag lines. That's the way it's supposed to look when you're going to edit it. When you're going to program this particular object, it'll have the little hashtags. Healthy bag needs to have apple, beans, carrots, bread, and banana. Then down here in the reject, incorrectly added to the healthy bag would be donut, cupcake, and chips. And you can see these would be incorrectly added to this bag with X's, but correctly added to this bag with check marks. Now, programming is an exercise in thinking logically, and that's the reason why it's good practice. It's good thinking exercise for you. So, but that's the programming that's required. So let's look up here. Now, under settings, if it's healthy, I don't want it to fade out. I want it to spin if it's a healthy food in a healthy bag. But if it's not healthy, I want it to bounce out. See, bounce back. I don't want that healthy, I don't want those donuts in that healthy bag. I want it to bounce out. So now I'm done. Okay, want to see if it works. So I'm going to go back and up here on the top toolbar, click full screen. There are my 2 bags and all the food, and on a whiteboard children would come up with their hand and drag healthy food, and it disappeared. Hold on just a second. I'm going to reset all. Lock in place. Okay, let's see if it's going to work now. Banana. Nope, something's still wrong. So let's go back and see if we can find out what our error is. I think I will unlock just to make sure that the editing's not going to be prevented if it's locked. Alright, so unhealthy bag. Edit. And I can plainly see the unhealthy items are here, but the healthy items are not showing up. So I'm going to say add all remaining. So everything's in there that should be rejected. Done. Now I'm going to click the healthy bag, edit, and it appears to be correct, so let's try again and see what happens. Alright, I will put a donut in a healthy bag, then it bounces back. Put a cupcake in an unhealthy bag, and it goes away. Chips go away, donuts go away. Let's put a banana in the unhealthy bag. Bounces back. Let's put the banana in the healthy bag. We should see that spin, though, so we've still got a problem somewhere. And see, that's what's going to happen. You're going to have to go back, and that's part of the programming. I could see that one spin. So let's see if we can figure out where our problem is. I'm going to go back to the activity builder. I'm going to reset all. Do you see that button on the upper left-hand corner? Reset all. All right, I'm going to identify. It's got both of them. Let's click on the unhealthy bag and edit. And let's check our settings. Unhealthy bag should fade out, and if it's healthy food put in there incorrectly, which would be any of the X's, then that bounces back. Alright, let's try then the healthy bag, edit. All the healthy items are up here. Settings, spin. If it's rejected, here, these with the X's, it bounces back. Alright, so let's try it now and see what we can come up with. Donut in the unhealthy bag. Cupcakes in the healthy bag, bounces back. Chips in the healthy bag, bounces back. Banana in the unhealthy bag, bounces back. Banana in the healthy bag, we don't see it spin, and I'm wondering if it's because of this particular object is covering it up. That could be. So let's try. Let's go back to Activity Builder and reset all. And I'm going to drag this over a little bit and see what happens here. Yeah, we're not seeing that. So what I believe I'm going to do at this point is I'm going to see if I can change my object. Clear properties. Clear properties. Donut in the healthy bag. Cupcakes in the unhealthy. Bread in the healthy. Yeah, see, everything's been removed now. But no, that's still bouncing back. Beans. It is not. So we still have a problem, so we have to find out what our error is. So here's how we can do that. We can start over with a new slide. And we can this time choose from the gallery this bag and see if this one works better. And I will just go in and choose text, and we'll name this one healthy, and we'll name this one unhealthy. Okay, now we're going to add some food. And we'll put an apple here and a banana here. And we'll put candy cane here and chips here. Now we need to make them, that's another thing too, I'm going to point out to you that if they're too big, they won't fit properly in the bag, and the computer, it reads it somehow or another. It scans the image, and if it's too big, then it doesn't work just right. So we'll draw that in, and we'll draw this one in. Now then, I'm going to go back to the activity builder, and I'm going to I'm going to choose for the healthy bag the apple and the banana, and for the unhealthy, candy cane and chips. Okay, let's just say done on that one and start over. Click on the chips, edit, and we're going to add that one to the unhealthy. Oh, I think that it won't take it because we started out with this top bag first, and we have to finish that. So settings, and we're going to let, if it's healthy, we're going to have it spin and bounce back if it's a wrong answer. Now let's try this bag. Edit. Okay, we're going to reject, in the healthy bag, we're going to reject this. Excuse me, the unhealthy bag, we reject that. And we're going to, under the settings, let it bounce back. Doesn't have bounce back if it's the correct answer. We'll let it spin. And under this one, bounce back. Done. All right. Now, let's check our answers. Identify this bag. Edit. All right, here we go. Unhealthy needs a candy cane, and it needs chips. I'm glad I checked that because I had not finished. And under settings, if you get a healthy, we'll let or unhealthy food in the right bag, we'll let it spin. And if it's not the correct answer, it will bounce back. Now let's double check our healthy bag. Edit. And there we go. It's somehow or another it didn't accept. So we're going to put the apple in as healthy and the banana. And then down here under the reject these objects in the healthy bag, the add all remaining. And so you can see the X's, and we don't need that little bag in there. But you can see all the X's that are showing up. These, if you put them in this bag, that's an incorrect answer. All right, now let's check our settings once more. If it's accepted, it needs to spin. If it's rejected, it needs to bounce back. Now we're going to try it again and see what happens. I'm going to put my apple in the healthy bag, and it spins. And my banana and it spins. My candy cane bounces back. My chips, it spins, it's in the right bag, and my cane spins, it's in the right bag. All right, you can see I had to troubleshoot, problem solve, figure out what was going wrong. One of the things is we had a choice of 2 different bags. That first bag apparently would not work with these functions. So I went back and changed it to this bag, and this is working perfectly. Now I'm going to go back to the activity builder once more. And I'm going to reset all, and I'm going to check it one more time. Apple in the unhealthy bounces back. Banana bounces back. But in the healthy bag, it spins. Same here and here in the unhealthy and here in the unhealthy. Whoops. All right, let's try again here. Unhealthy candy cane. There we go. You should always check it over several times. If I go back into the activity, I'm going to identify this and edit. I'm just going to double check, make sure everything is set up as it should be. In the healthy bag, check apple, check banana. All right. And then down here, reject candy cane and chips in this bag. Done. Now if I check this one, edit, it's just the opposite. You would accept candy cane and chips in this one, in the unhealthy bag, but you would reject apple and banana in this bag. Do you see the logic involved? This would be certainly not something that young children could do, but middle school and high school kids could definitely do this. All right, done. And when you get ready to turn this in, what you will do, you will go back to our Blackboard, and I want you to see, let me go back into it, let me open it up. All right. I'm just going to open up the, let's see, we'll open up Monday's noon class, because that's the first one that meets. If you go into assignments, and you'll remember our assignment on using videos and images. And you'll remember that you had certain things that you needed to explain in your lesson. You had to do these things. You had to go down here. You were to tell what your lesson objective is. You were to tell what your curriculum content standard is. Paste it in full. You would describe how your lesson would be. Whoops. We lost it. Let me go back. Okay. You would describe your lesson objective, your curriculum standard. You would describe what you as the teacher would do during the lesson activity, and you would describe what the students would be doing in the lesson activity. And then, you'll remember, you explained why the media was useful for your lesson, why it was appropriate, effective, the best you could use. You would do that, and then you include whatever your media is. In this case, instead of using a video or a picture or an image, you will be using your notebook file. And the notebook file will be uploaded to Blackboard just like the images or the link to the video was. But you won't have a link for this. The notebook file, if I go back here, is saved similar to a PowerPoint. So if you can see up here in the upper left-hand corner under File, Save As, and I want to find just the right place to put it. So I'm going to click on Desktop. And I thought I had a notebook folder, but I don't, so I'll just put it in this 4001 folder. Alright, Smart Notebook File. And I'm going to name it Video, let's name it Notebook Sample. And I'll save that. And then when you get ready to upload to Blackboard into the Dropbox, and this says images, but please don't let that confuse you. It will be your notebook Dropbox, but you will upload it the same way. You will browse the desktop, you will find your notebook file, and it will look like, let me show you, it'll look just like this. See the little blue icon? Notebook Samples, the name of the file, and you would click on Open, and it would submit it just as you would a PowerPoint. Okay? Then you would also browse your computer, find your document describing the lesson activity, objective, curriculum standard, what you did, what the student does, why it's a suitable project, and that's all that's needed. Then you upload that document to the Dropbox. Now next week we will talk some more about the assignment. You would do well to start on this now, and then pretty soon you can upload it and be done with it. So I hope this video was helpful, and I will see you next week.